What's up? What's up? It's the one and only Master Mycellf. This is the Master's Table. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here amongst you again. All right, I'm here live, tapped in from IMC Base 5, Phoenix, Arizona, man. The one and only, broadcast coming from Phoenix, Arizona. Well, it's not the one and only. We have several brothers from all across the world that are tapping in from IMC Nation, all right? And this is another episode of IMC TV, all right? The Master's Table. I am the one and only Master Mycellf once again. So it's a pleasure and an honor to be here amongst you again, all right? Today, it's going to be a very powerful live. I'm really excited to see the evolution of this channel. Many different brothers from all across the world have, taken the time to, create these shows, to create these avenues of experience, right? And so here I have another opportunity to expand on, what we got started on last cycle, right? Now, every single, week, every single stream, every single episode, you will see the evolution, all right, of this, broadcast, if you will. You will see the evolution of this show. You will see the evolution of me as Master Mycellf, as a character, because I use these shows to help me, guide my life, to help me build upon the structure in which we have built within IMC Nation. All right. So if you don't know me already, let me introduce myself a little bit more to you. All right. I go by the name Master Mycellf. My real name, of course, is Jordan Damari. I gave a brief introduction to who I am in the last cycle, the last episode. All right. But however, this is another opportunity for me to introduce my character to you again. And, I want to reveal more and more over time. And, as you get to know me, you get to know why I titled this episode in particular called The Master's Table, right? Not this episode, but this show, this series, right? It's called The Master's Table because, I'm here to meet with the masters. I am a dedicated martial artist. I am a dedicated practitioner of the living philosophies in which I've been studying for not my whole life, but the last 3 years consistently, right? I've taken on the practice of stoicism, taken on the practice of living an urban monk lifestyle, right? Meaning that every single night I sleep on the ground. Every single day I live on a daily routine and a daily process, all right? And these are things that are pieces of my character that as you get to know me, right, as an individual, you get to know more about yourself because, I live by a saying that's called knowledge of self is knowledge of wealth, right? Each one of us has an experience, right? Each one of us has magic within our experience, right? And so I'm here. That's the actual title of this episode will be, all right? And that's what it is, right? We are so many times throughout our lifestyle, so many times throughout our experience in this life, we've been missing the bread, the foundation, right, if you will, of what you can begin to witness on a greater level, right? Meaning the bread of your experience at the foundation of what it is that you've been living on a daily basis. There's magic, right, within your experience, right? So I want to encourage everybody that watches this after the fact, everybody that taps in later on, I want you to really know and understand that your life is magic, right? There's magic in your experience. And whether you realize it or not, this is the actual aspects of yourself that you can begin to tap into, that not just yourself, but also your storyline. You can begin to expand on, okay, for so long I've been living on a daily process. For so long I've been maybe living unconsciously on my process, right? Maybe for so long I've been, asking myself, okay, how am I going to upgrade my lifestyle? How am I going to become a better version of myself? Well, I got to begin to look at my life and see what the magic of my experience is. I have a very, very magical experience. And I learned from a very high level teacher named AZD, right? That's my mentor. That's my brother. That's my friend. That's my, at one point in time, I only knew that man via YouTube, all right, on an online basis. If you are getting to know me here at the Master's Table, right, from being live on IMC TV, then you are going to get a different level of experience than, necessarily living with me as Master Mycellf, right, and being tapped in and operating on the level in which we do on a daily basis as living stoic warrior monks, right? So there's a lot of terminology that I'll use that if you're not familiar with it at all, you got to begin to track along with all of IMC TV. Right, because every single one of these individuals, right, from Mr. Guerrero, who comes to mind, and Lieutenant Guerrero, from, for example, Will Rios, for example, Yogi Chris, for example, Josiah Sedano, for example, Master Pyro, for example, Tony Kosminski, for example. You know, all these men, we are men that have been established for quite some time within IMC Nation. And each one of us are, you know, contributing factors to the evolution of IMC Nation. So, you know, as you get to know me, you get to know, you know, we live by a phrase and a saying, and that is, when you see me, I am not just me, I am IMC Nation, right? Every single one of us has an opportunity to expand upon the world of the magical experience, right, that is taking place. Now, let me reposition myself because I'm a living warrior monk. I got the PlayStation socks on, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we tapped in, man. And this is another opportunity for me to, you know, broadcast to you, you know, the realm of experience in which I live in on a daily basis. Every single day, I'm living on a daily process that helps me to build my character, that helps me to become a greater and greater version of myself. And I know that there's nobody else that can be a testament to the process in which I've been living aside from me, right? So if you don't hear from me, you maybe not, you know, understand. Maybe you won't understand exactly what it is that's taking place here. But this is a magical experience. And I want you to know and understand that when you can begin to look at your life and see the magic in your experience, you can begin to look at your life and see, you know what, man, I'm not living an ordinary life. Then you can begin to take on the perspective, right? The understanding that you are truly a master. You're a master at, if nothing else, you're a master at being you. You're a master at, you know, deciding on what you want to do in this life, who you're going to be, and how you're going to do that. And, you know, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to realize. And it's something that I realize over and over and over again on a daily basis. Every single day I expand more on my character and I get to know myself on a greater level. So, you know, I started calling myself Master Mycellf back in the year 2020. And, you know, I gave, once again, a brief introduction to all of IMC Nation and what it is that we're doing here very early on in the last cycle, right? I don't call weeks, I call them cycles, right? We have different terminology in case you haven't noticed here, right? Uh-oh. A little stain on the jacket. This jacket came from AZD himself, all right? It says Bruce Lee on it. It's got a beautiful back on it. I won't show you right now, but anyways. So we can't miss the magic of our experience. The experience that you're having on a day-to-day basis, whether you realize it or not, is very unique to you. Nobody else has the perspective that you have on your life. Nobody else has been through the things that you've been through in your life, in your experience. Nobody else can be a testament to the growth that you've gone through because nobody else is going to speak about that, right? Let me go live on IG as well. One second here. Brother TK is in the house. Salute, brother. Good to have you on. It's just mentioning him. He also has a show on IMC TV. It's called Beyond Clarity. Very, very powerful show. So I encourage everybody to tap in on that. All right, let me make this one post. This is the post, all right? If you guys are not following me on Instagram, you're missing out on a whole world of experience, all right? This is the post here. It says, speak things into the universe, and they will appear. Speak things into the universe, and they'll appear, right? Follow my follow my Instagram at Master Mycellf. Mycellf is spelled MYCELLF. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go live. Let's go live here on Instagram. The Masters Table on IMC TV. Brother Jimmy got in the house. Salute. All right. So what's up, IG? Salute to y'all, man. We tapped in here live on IMC TV. If you have not yet subscribed, you don't know what you're missing out on. There's a whole world of experience here. You got to come tap in with not just me, but there's other brothers in IMC Nation that have, you know, began to speak on their experience. And, you know, we've been creating this for years at this time, right? So this is 2 years in the making. And, you know, with that foundation, there's a lot that has come to light, right? And we are vessels of light. We are vessels of experience, right? So it's an honor and a pleasure to, you know, be tapped in once again here on IMC TV. And so let me formally reintroduce myself once again. I go by the name Master Mycellf, in case you do not know. And, this is an opportunity for you to become what I call a master, right? You get to come sit at the table of the masters, right? And so every single time that I, get on here, every single time that I begin to share the world of experience in which I come from, the world gets to have a glimpse into the world of IMC Nation. Because at the end of the day, I know that for a fact that, there's only so many people that will begin to understand, right, the depth of experience that we have here within IMC Nation. There's only so many people that can truly understand what it takes to be what we call a master, right? And I want to get into the definition of a master, my personal definition of a master, at some point throughout this, show in this series. And normally we'll have some kind of meditative moment, if you will, during this series. This is once again, this is a creative expansion that we've been tapped in on for over 2.5 years at this point in time, right? So every single time that I get the opportunity to tap in, I know that I have another opportunity to begin to impact the world beyond what it is that I can begin to even see, right, on the surface level. And so each of us have the opportunity to, build our character based on the way that we are addressing our life, the way that we speak about life, right? Every single person that's here has an opportunity to, grow in the realm of experience, meaning you get to translate your experience and you get to make it make sense in the outside world, right? I just got done with what I call a vortex of experience, right? Meaning I spent the last 4 to 5 days, right, being tapped in and being exposed to over 20,000 people, right, altogether. What that does for me is it allows me to expand in what I know as my life experience, right? It allows me to test my character, allows me to put myself in different positions to where I am forced to grow. And that for me is the elements of a master. Putting yourself in positions constantly testing your character, constantly coming up against a wall of experience where you don't know how you're going to make it forward. You don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know what the expansion of your character is going to look like. However, you go forward no matter what. You have nothing that holds you back. You have everything, right, to stand on, knowing that that's the foundation in which you come from. You come from a foundation of experience that is very unique to you. And when you begin to speak on that experience, you become a master, right, at your own life. Because once again, nobody else can report on your life. Nobody else can tell you what it's like to be tapped in at, for 4 or 5 days, right, exposing myself to 20,000 people on a consistent basis. I was working at a very high level concert. More recently, I was running my own team and things of that nature. And, without going into too many detail, once again, my character was tested, right? And I was tested in the sense of, putting my character in front of other people, putting myself in front of, crowds of people that are looking to have a great time at this event, this experience, right? But it's an experience for me. I carry a very unique perspective, meaning that there's only so many people that will begin to testify to their experience and really realize the magic of their world. Each of us are having a magical experience in this life, and whether you are aware of it or not, it's completely up to you. But for me, I'm aware of it enough to say that, I can begin to speak on it. So, for me, the transformation takes place incrementally, step by step, by continuously exposing yourself, right, in these situations and circumstances that help you to grow. And why do you grow? Well, because you're put in positions, right, where maybe you've never done this before, or maybe you got to take orders from somebody else, or maybe you got to learn how to lead somebody else, right? These are all different, character positions in which I was finding myself in over the last four days, right? But every single day, I was looking for, how did I get better? How did I improve today? How did I increase my experience today? How did my experience become even more magical than I've ever experienced in my past? Well, I began to look for evidence of the magic of my reality, right? I began to look and see, what? There's nobody else, right, that is in my position specifically and doing what it is that I'm doing, right? Nobody else is able to speak, right, from the realm in which I come from, first of all. Second, I know that, this experience is completely unique to me once again. So, I know that I have an opportunity. Get a drink of water here. I have an opportunity to inspire others by my growth in these moments in which, once again, nobody else can be a testament of, right? So look at your world, look at your personal experience, because I can talk about my experience all day, right? But I want everybody that, continues to watch these, recordings and these episodes and these levels of expansion. I want everybody to become aware of the value that you have in your world and your experience, right? And once you begin to speak on that experience, your world changes, right? And you get to experience a whole nother realm of consciousness, if you will, right? For me, another testament to my process. I'm still technically fasting. I had a few blueberries earlier today, but I've been on the process of fasting, right? So I've been doing this on a cycle basis, every single cycle, coming to a point and understanding like, yo, I'm doing this on my own, right? I'm moving on my own momentum, right? So for the last month and a half, almost 2 months now, I've been doing at least one time every single cycle, a full 24-hour fast. 24 hours is the minimum, right? At this point, I'm let's see, 11 o'clock was 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago. So at 11 o'clock, I was 8 hours past, meaning I was at 32 hours, right? Is that right? Yeah, I was at 32. So now I would be at 34, right? I'm at 34 hours of experience testing my character, almost 35. And every single time I'm reminded of how much I've been attached to the experience of what it's like to put in food in my system, right? What it's like to ingest these things that we're told that we need, quote unquote, right? What if you didn't need food, right? What if you didn't need water to operate a system, right? What if we weren't slaves to our system? How much more control can you begin to exercise? How much more willpower would you begin to witness in your experience, right? Because each of us has the ability to decide not to do that. You can decide not to go to work today. You can decide to speak from your experience. You can decide to interact with this person or not interact with this person. You can decide to show up or not show up, right? Each of us are making these choices on a daily basis once again. So, when you begin to witness, yo, this is my experience and this is unique to me, you witness the magic that is available in these moments, right? And this is what I've been learning from my mentor on so many different levels, right? But essentially to know and understand, like, yo, there's nobody else that's having this experience. There's nobody else that can speak from the world in which I'm speaking from. Nobody else can do what it is that I'm doing. Nobody else can say what it is that I'm saying, because I know I'm valuable. I'm having a valuable experience here. This life is magic, man. It's magic to say that, yo, I spent 2.5 years creating consistently, right? With no form of return, right? No monetary return, no profits in that level. The only way of measurement that I've been able to witness is the growth of my communication, right? The comfortability of going live and being in front of people and, adding value to people with my words, right? Now I've gone through the experience of, time and time again, testing my character in this manner, putting myself in the front stage, right? Speaking up when I need to speak up, saying what I want to say, letting other brothers do the same thing, right? There's a world and a realm of experience that I begin to tap into, establishing my consistency, doing this over and over and over again. So once again, I bring the lens back to you and I say, what is it that is happening in your experience that maybe you haven't spoken on that is truly magical? Because I know that I'm living a mystical and magical experience every single day. Every single day for the last, I don't know how many days, right? For the last 3 years, I can consistently tell you that every single moment has been magic, right? I chose to go to San Jose and meet my mentor in person. I chose to expand my character and to change my name from Jordan Damari Minifield, right? That is one level of experience to, now I want to live as Master Mycellf. Okay, well, now I'm living as Master Mycellf. Now I'm expanding my character. Now I'm becoming a greater version of myself. Now I'm pushing myself beyond what was comfortable, because it was comfortable to stay in the box in which I grew up in, right? It was comfortable for me to stay where I was. It was comfortable for me to not change and just go by the book, right? Go get married, go get a job, go, you know what I'm saying, go to university, right? Do all these things that everybody else is doing. It's very, very comfortable to stay that way, to live that way. But what if you took this opportunity to begin to live the lifestyle that you want to live? What if you decided to live and believe in yourself like no other before, right? Like I have more belief in myself now than I've ever had belief in myself in the past. Why? Because I'm continuously showing up. I'm continuously aiming to build my character and become a greater version of myself, right? I'm not here to stay the same. I'm here to grow. I'm here to become something, someone in my world, first and foremost, right? I'm speaking to, I got two warriors that's on here, you know, true life warriors that have been fighting in the military, right? And each one of them are acknowledging what it is that I'm saying, because they, on some level, resonate with this message because they know that this is their truth. They know that this is their experience, right? Each person that watches this stream, you can begin to know that you are, first and foremost, you're a master of your own life. You're a master of your own character. You are a master at being you, and nobody else can do you better than you. That's forever my message. Nobody else will do me better than me. You won't hear Master Mycellf, you know, come from anybody else. And anybody else that does claim that, well, they were second, right? I know that, yo, this is unique to me. This experience, me streaming live, me living in a base, right? And some people don't even know what the hell that is. Living in a base within IMC Nation is like one of the highest levels of growth, if you will, right? Of accelerated, you know, expansion, if you will, of your character. Why? Because you're around other men and you can't hide the experience that you're having on a daily basis. Every single day, you got to be in communication. Every single day, you got to grow. Every single day, you're going to know that there's other men that are looking to you for guidance, that are looking to you for accountability. It's not just me in this experience anymore, right? Life changes when you have other men to testify to the experience that you're having. It's truly an honor to you know, speak on this stage, if you will. It's truly an honor to have this opportunity to give you insights as to what it is that I'm experiencing in this life, because I know that there's nobody else in this life that will be able to report on, okay, this is what it's like to live in a base, and this is what it's like to be a black man, right? In 2023, living in a base within IMC Nation. This is what it's like to have this level of experience. Because why? Because I know that my life is magic once again, right? And I know that this lifestyle that I'm living is meant to be shared with other people. You know, I had a whole interaction with, you know, one of my good friends here, who I just met, you know, over these past 4 days. I just told y'all, I was exposed to over 20,000 people over the last 4 days, right? One of my good friends, you know, we connected. I still don't even know her name, to be honest with you, right? But I know we're friends. We connected on a different level. And why is that? Because I live the life in which I'm talking about right now. The bread of my experience is in every single day figuring out how I'm going to expand on my character, figuring out how I'm going to grow today. Every single day I go and I serve somehow, some way, whether it be on Instagram, whether it be in person, whether it be, you know, sharing my insights, whether it be, you know, adding value somewhere. I look for that on a daily basis, every single day. How am I going to help somebody else today? How am I going to help you grow? How am I going to help you become a greater version of yourself? Well, that's through constant exposure of my character, being around other individuals. Myself, right? I have a daily process. So I take care of me first and foremost. And then I know that, okay, now I can begin to impact and influence others and inspire others to also take action in their lives, to take on the responsibility of sharing their process and becoming a greater version of themselves. Because nobody can do me better than me, once again. And whether you believe it or not, there's people that are watching you that, you know, whether you are aware of it or not, they are influenced by you. It doesn't matter what you share. It doesn't matter what it is that you are putting out, right, on a consistent basis. What it is that you're putting out on a consistent basis is impacting somebody else. Why? Because somebody else maybe is not sharing their process. Maybe somebody else is not, expanding on their world, right, of experience. Maybe somebody else isn't, talking about the magic of their world, the mystical concepts that they're experiencing on a daily basis. Maybe they're not aware of it. Regardless, when you share, when you add value intentionally to your world, you experience a different lifestyle. And this life is meant to be shared at the end of the day, right? You have some value to add to somebody else. And whether you realize it or not, once again, this is something that when you are repetitive in this cycle, that's what translates to a master, right? When you are repetitive with, your actions that show that, yo, I'm a master. Yo, I'm actually who I want to be. And I am who I say I am. I'm doing what I say I can do, right? I know the best version of me. You only know that by constantly testing your character, building yourself, becoming a greater version of you. So it's truly something that, once again, when you're in a position to influence somebody else, you can begin to witness the impact that you're having on the world by the effects that you're creating with the words in which you're speaking, right? Let me clear that up, because then, it's coming out as I'm making sense of it in the same manner. Each of us has so much power with our voice and our words that, once again, if you aren't consciously utilizing your words, if you aren't consciously directing your communication to create effects on others, then you are wasting your words. But how you refuse to waste your words, how you begin to expand on your character, is you begin to use your words consciously. You begin to script your experience, right? So as often as possible, I'm not going to say on a daily basis, but as often as possible, I utilize my daily affirmations, right? I have a daily affirmations track that's available on the Self Code YouTube, right? Everybody can go tap in there. It's completely free, all right? It's 5 minutes of pure mastery, if you will, right? It's me speaking of my process, me being tapped in completely and allowing myself to just share with the world pieces of my script, if you will, right? It's not even my whole script. But I have words of influence. I have words of wisdom that I speak to myself on a consistent basis. And every single time that I speak these words, I see a different correlation to my reality, because I know the power of my words. And I'm aware of, okay, if I'm speaking about, yo, today's going to be a great day. Today's going to be a great stream. Tomorrow is going to be an even greater experience because I'm now more mature, I'm more wise, and things of that nature. These words are going forth and they're creating my experience. However, let's say that, I began to speak negatively about my experience. I said, man, I can't wait to go to sleep tonight because I'm just so tired, man. Man, I can't wait till, that bitch leave me alone, you know what I'm saying? Because she keep bothering me and this, that, and the other, right? Man, I can't wait till, I don't have to go to work no more because, I hate showing up around people and people just don't get me, things of that nature. Like, that's a whole nother world that I'm telling you about. That's a whole nother world I'm creating based on the words in which I'm speaking. But that's where your magic is, right? Each of us are magicians in this life. It starts from the imagination, the thought realm. Then it begins to translate into what? Words. And those words help you to create what? A feeling, right? So thoughts, words, and feelings, right, are the aspects that you use on a consistent basis to create the world of your experience, to create your reality. And you doing this consciously and constantly will give you a whole nother realm of experience. Because believe it or not, there's only so many people, right, that consciously create their world. A lot of people in this life, for whatever reason, stay stagnant in life because they refuse to take responsibility for their words. Very few people have taken on the responsibility of, you know what? Let me be responsible with the way that I address this person. Let me be conscious with the way that I'm adding value to somebody else. Let me be conscious of the way that I'm presenting myself on a daily basis. When you're conscious of these things, you live a whole nother world of experience, all right? So that's a little glimpse into, some of my world, man. I wasn't as organized today as I wanted to be. However, we're here and we're getting it done. Things of that nature. I was, to be 100% honest with you, I was not feeling like, coming on here at all. This morning, if you would have talked to me about 3 to 4 hours ago, I felt like throwing up. I was, low on blood sugar, if you will, things of that nature. But, that's the testament of somebody that wants to master themselves, right? And I truly have intentions of becoming the greatest version of myself. So I'm going to push through whatever obstacles and whatever, things that I have inside of me that may be holding me back in terms of my communication. It's a consistent process and a consistent evolution, right, that I'm tapped into. And, that's what we all do within IMC Nation. We all look to expand our character. We all look to grow. We all look to know ourselves to the greatest level. And it's through this process that you do the work on yourself, so that once you work on yourself, and now you can go help somebody else. You got to first learn to serve yourself, and then you can know, okay, now I can go help this person. Once you pluck the seeds of your experience, or pluck the labor, pluck the fruits of your experience, right? You can begin to take from those fruits and plant seeds in somebody else's life. You have so much to offer this world. You have so much value to begin to share with this world, and whether you realize it or not, you're in the process of knowing, okay, this is what it is that I'm going to do today that will add value to somebody else. Right? Me showing up here and being consistent with these, IMC TV streams. Not only this, but we have the Master's Table that happens every single night, right? So if you're a man, you want to tap into a daily, or not a daily, but every single cycle, every single Monday, you want to stream with other men worldwide, you're going to tap in tonight at the Master's Table, right? Tonight we have Brother Zetas hosting, right? So every single Monday, you can know for sure you're going to have some kind of contribution from the Master's Table, right? On a worldwide platform, that's what this is, right? But on a greater level, we have a men's mastermind specifically for men, right? That is broadcasted at night. And, the men of the Master Council, which is our creative mastermind that helps to run the Master's Table, right? They will be speaking there, right? And this is just once again, a glimpse into our world. We live every single day on the process. Every single day, I've been expanding my character. Every single day, I've been testing myself. Every single day, I fast. That's not easy, bro. It's hard as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? It's not an easy task to test your character day in and day out, but that's what is the elements of a master. Who are you here to be? What are you here to do? How are you helping this world grow? How are you helping somebody else become a greater version of themselves? Whatever your medium of exchange is, be consistent with that. That consistency breeds a whole nother co-relationship with your world of experience. I didn't know the power of consistency until I began to live every single day on a daily process. I didn't know the power of consistency until I began to stream on a cycle basis. I didn't know the power of consistency until I began to meet, right, with other men within IMC Nation on a consistent basis. Now, imagine you committing yourself to do one thing every single cycle, right? Let's say that you pick every single Monday. Every single Monday, this is what I'm going to do. That in itself will establish a momentum in your life that, once again, you won't be able to measure it until you see yourself years down the line. I'm now 2 years within the making of streaming and being consistent with this stream and doing what it is that I need to do to become a greater version of myself, right? Sharing my experience with other men from across the world, other powerful men at that, right? Other men that are truly masters of their universe, masters of their own experience. What is it that you have at the depth of you? This is what I call the self code, if you will. Right? Once again, look up my YouTube channel. It's called the Self Code. You got daily affirmations on there. I got several video blogs on there. I got several mastermind classes where you get to see the insights of what the mastermind, group is that we have here. It's a whole movement. It's a whole organization. We've been building for quite some time, and so on and so forth. Right? But the self code is that. It's knowing that, this is the value that I have. I have a saying that I've been living on a consistent basis. That is, knowledge of self is knowledge of wealth. The knowledge that you have of yourself, the insight that you have in your own experience is what you need to begin to translate and transmute into this world so that the world can begin to understand, oh man, when I come tap in with Master Mycellf, I know I'm going to get these high level mastermind concepts. I know that I'm going to get an individual that is, willing and able to back up his words, right, with his actions. Because here I am, I'm streaming. Once again, I told you, I felt like shit at the beginning of this. 4 hours ago, I didn't feel like moving, right? But, challenging yourself, going through those obstacles and not letting anything hold you back from becoming the person that you desire to become. Not letting anything hold you back from growing and evolving beyond what it is that your surface level of experience is. You have an opportunity to manifest, to materialize on a greater level your true, let's see what's the right word here. I would call it your spiritual experience, right? Whatever it is that you desire to expand on a greater level, it is your spiritual experience that you are looking to expand on. You're looking to grow, right, on a greater level. You want to know, okay, this is a testament to my character. This is a testament to who I am becoming. And once again, as I started at the very beginning of this stream saying that, there is a magical experience that once again you have yet to speak on, right? But there's magic in your world. When you witness what's taking place in your lifestyle, it's not happening on accident. How many people had the specific experience, right, that you had when you were growing up? How many people had the specific experience that was a catalyst to who you became today, right? A bridge to who you became today. There was somebody that didn't know you at some point in life that now knows you on a greater level, right? There is something that you're doing on a consistent basis that right now is a testament to your character. It's a testament to who you are truly becoming, who you are, moving into. There's so much power at the depth, right, of your soul that whether you realize it or not, somebody is being affected by your creative process. Everybody in this world, this on this planet is creating. Every single person is adding value to somebody, somewhere, doing something, or they're taken away from them. But that is a creative process, right? The magic of your experience, whether you realize it or not, is here, right? And you don't have to be, but you have the opportunity to be a witness to the power that you are truly manifesting, that you're truly building and gaining momentum on a consistent basis. All right. So I'm going to end this stream with a what I call a meditative moment. All right. It's what we did last cycle, and we'll continue to do this on a consistent basis. I want you to know how powerful you are on a greater level. Right. So we're going to tap into the world inside and begin to realize with your real eyes where everything truly originates from, and that's the world inside, from the darkness of your own mind. All right. So if you're in a space, in a place where you can begin to close your eyes, I encourage you to do that, and let's go into the world within. How you begin to tap into the world within is you still your mind. Take a deep breath in through your nose and release out through your mouth. Feel your body relax. Get in tune with your inner self. Remember who you really are. Take another deep breath in through your nose and release out through your mouth. Remember the magic of your experience. Take another deep breath in through your nose. This time, hold it and let it out. Breathe. Relaxing even deeper. Take another deep breath in through your nose and release out through your mouth. Relaxing even deeper. One more time, in through your nose. Hold it at the top. And relax. Let it out. Begin to focus on the image that you have inside. The image of yourself, the image of your own world of experience, the image that you want to see. This is the place that nobody else has access to. Nobody else can tap into your own inner world, your own inner image. This is where your power comes from. Focus on what you want to focus. See yourself doing exactly what you want to do, living exactly how you want to live, and being the person that you want to be. We'll go for another 2 minutes. Enjoy your peace. As we come to the final 30 seconds of today's episode, I want to say thank you to all the brothers that tapped in, got the opportunity to level up, begin to wake up yourself to this external experience. And remember that that's your place of power, the world inside. Nobody else has access to that space. And it's completely up to you to report on your experience in this life. Always remember, can nobody do you better than you? It's the one and only Master Mycellf, tapping out from IMC Nation. What we say is be the best and fuck the rest. And what I say is knowledge of self is knowledge of wealth. It's the one and only